Hi YouTube, Roger here, again. Last week was kind of fun, making a video and talking about the history of this tank and what was going on and kind of my plans and stuff for the future. I don't anticipate doing anything totally drastically different than that format. I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna move the camera around, give you close-ups of some of the corals and some of the fish and that kind of stuff. But I wanted to start this first couple minutes talking about how things are going with the tank over the last week or so. Pretty good so far, I'd say. Colors looking good on most of the corals. My Aggie Tort lost a little bit of green, but I think it's because my radions were at like 35%. I've since boosted them up to like 40. So we'll see. I'm gonna go 5% until I start to notice stuff looking kind of pale. But 35 is just so low that even those zoanthids were like reaching up. So it's like, yeah, I should probably boost it up. So I'm assuming that's why I tested phosphate. It's like 0.06 or something. Let me get that down a little bit. Nitrates were at like 9. And then Trident is showing me 8.45 alkalinity, 412 calcium, and 1343 magnesium, which, you know, whatever that margin of error is for all of those. Alkalinity has been pretty dang stable. It hasn't really gone much, drifted much further away from 8.4, which is fine. But yeah, so everything parameter-wise is looking good. I spent most of my day today before this video doing a lot of bubble algae cleanup. And so I have a sand bed that has a bunch of different type sizes, which is one of my biggest regrets with this aquarium was all the different size particles in the sand. When the very first sand bed I got, and I tried to get rid of as much as possible and replace it with reef flakes, but it wasn't perfect. So I have some of these bigger particles that just love to grow algae on them, whether it's bubble algae, turf algae, whatever, little puff algae, whatever. Still, I vacuumed out a lot of it. Like you can see, there's like dead spots and there's really thin spots. And I'm currently bleaching the sand, and then I'll run it with some RODI and Prime, and kind of that's what I've been doing. Really, just taking out sand that has algae on it. And my water change is bleaching it and then putting it back in, because I just don't want to just have a bare bottom tank with a Melanaris and a Goby. So. Looks really good now. I don't know if you guys can tell from the last video, but I actually rotated the scape a little bit. So now the hammer coral on the right is now further back. Like I kind of, if you imagine looking straight down at the top, I kind of turned it on like a diagonal. So now this front section where the green slimer is a little bit closer to the glass, and the hammer coral in the back is a little bit further away from the glass. I gotta push the entire structure back like a 1/4 inch because there's very small space between the magnet and that rock. It's doable, but it's a little closer than I would like. But yeah, so that's that. It looks actually really quite good. Everything opened back up. If you're ever doing anything with hydrogen peroxide, just be aware that it will piss off your zoanthids for a little bit, but they always open right back up. Like I finished all that work at like noon, and it's 3:45 right now, so everything opened back up and did well. So another big thing I did is I took out this huge middle piece, and there were some really bad sections of bubble algae that I just doused in hydrogen peroxide, doused it again in tank water, and put it back in. Super safe, super simple, easy to do. I do have 12 emerald crabs coming tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully that's enough, because 6 wasn't enough last time, and then 2 of them died randomly. I don't know why, but 2 of them died. So I think I have 4 in there. I've only ever seen 2. So I'm about to have way more. So here's kind of what I'm thinking for this video. I think I'm just going to kind of move the camera around and show you different corals that I'm really liking. This one here's a Dragon Soul torch and my Flame Angel, always photobombing. I got this coral from a friend for a pretty dang good price, and I'm not mad about it. I've been eyeballing more torches lately, but haven't really bite the bullet because I'm just kind of I'm an SPS guy, and I think LPS corals are a little overpriced. So he's doing super, super, super good. He's kind of like my basis for how much flow I have in the aquarium, because I feel like sometimes I look at it and it's not getting like any flow, and other times I look at it and it's getting blasted. So I don't really know. It seems super, super happy. I do need to move it up a little bit, get it off the sand bed area, because the goby's probably going to bury it at some point. But it's just kind of interesting how I'll have this coral, and then I'll have these corals, both of which are under 3,600 gallons per hour of flow, but these three just don't ever move. Like, no matter where I put the vortex, my left side of the tank gets blasted, but this side always feels so dead. I don't know why. I even tried putting like the AB plus amino acids in front of the vortex to see like where the flow is going, and it seems so weird that like it'll blow straight across the front glass, but it won't go straight across the back. I think that's because of the huge overflow box in here that I hate. I think that's it. It like blocks it from this direction, but honestly I don't know. Because these definitely do not have a lot of flow, and I'm trying to figure out where to put the vortex in the meantime. But yeah, those are the hammer. And then I have another purple torch from this purple torch is from Live Aquaria, I think. Then this gold hammer is from Cherry, and then the neon green splatter hammer in the back there behind everything, I can get another close-up, is from, oh, I think I got that from the same friend who gave me the Dragon Soul, but it came in almost dead. That's another story, but it survived. So here's a pretty good view of a bunch of different corals. There's some, I'm horrible with zoanthids. You guys are going to have to tell me the names of these in the comments. I don't know what they are. I used to. I don't know now. But right above it, this SPS, right above it is the Miyagi. This is the one that lost some green. It used to be pretty dang green, and then it lost it quite quickly, I should say. And I think it's because it was just not getting enough light. So there's that. Right behind it, the big neon green in the back, that guy is a toxic green Anacropora that was turd brown a month ago, and it's finally coming back. The tips burnt off, but I went in and kind of chopped off. They were a lot worse. Chopped off some of the really bad spots, and then now it's like, you can kind of see there's some definite white growth tips already, which is awesome. Right next to it is a gold Gorgonian from Cultivated Reef. I know nothing about Gorgonians. My other one is sitting in the sand bed, and my tang just like eats it. So, and every time I mount it, the tang rips it off the rock, and I don't know, whatever. With the other purple Gorgonian, my tang just rips it apart. This one he doesn't touch, but. So that's this group of corals, super, super cool. These zoanthids that I got in the bottom right there, those were a gift, I think. And those were one of like the 4 corals that survived the crash. So, and they're like wrapping around the corner. They're actually really pretty. I think if I ever get more zoanthids, I'm just going to kind of tuck them around the lower section of the rock and just let them go. Yeah. So this is my favorite coral of all time. This is the Bali Green Slimer, and it's a real Bali Green Slimer. I feel like I've ordered 4 or 5 of them for this aquarium at different points. Well, this is probably number 3. None of them actually slimed and grew kind of slow. This one, like, if I touch it, boom, it's sliming, and it has visible growth in 3 weeks that I've had. Like, this whole, like, top part right there didn't even exist 2 weeks ago. So it's definitely like the classic Bali Green Slimer. So I'm hoping it's like the one that just grows and grows and grows and grows. And kind of one of my plans, like one of my goals for the aquarium would be like just having 4 or 5 of them all over and just let them go, like just take over, and then have like select corals like the Miyagi, the Anacros, and maybe like the red, a red planet or something like blue, like red like some other colors, but have the green slimer like dominate. I would love that. I love the green slimer. I could have an entire aquarium. I was actually tempted to get 4 or 5 different frags of them and just literally only do those, but color variety is important, I guess. Right above it to the right is a spongotus that needs to move. I kind of, when I was redoing my aquarium, there's a couple corals that need to get mounted. This coral was originally around the corner, but when I was cleaning off the rock, I broke it off. So I need to move it because it's going to get stung to death right where it is. Right up above the green slimer, like 12 o'clock straight up, is a toxic Anacropora from Top Shelf. A little bit slower to color up, but you can kind of see there's some color poking through there. Definitely doing a lot better than it was a couple weeks ago. It's really hard to tell, but there's another acro right above. I think it's the teal stag, but I thought it was dead. And I was just like, I'm too lazy to break it off. But no, it's actually alive and it's coming back and it's turning that nice teal shade. So things are definitely doing a lot better in this aquarium finally. Since whatever was going on with the alkalinity thing, it was just swinging so much that the acros just had no idea what to do, so they just browned out. And I think combining that, just letting the alkalinity stabilize and then upping the lights and paying a little bit more attention to flow, I feel like everything's doing a lot better, especially some of the ones that have been in here a little bit longer, like the Anacropora that I showed you in the last frame, and that brown little thing that I almost killed. But yeah. So yeah, that is kind of the walk around of the tank as of right now. It is May 1st. I'll try and do some of these more like show all the coral a little bit more up close, maybe every month or so you guys can see some growth and stuff. But I got a couple ideas for videos I want to talk about. One, I want to go over all my equipment, and then I got a pros and cons of each of them. Everything from my tank to the heater to the controller. I have it all kind of laid out. I'm going to go over that next. I just need to get a bunch of footage of everything, which is the hard part. And then I want to talk a little bit about the crashes, and then I want to talk a little bit about using hydrogen peroxide. Cleaning off my sand might be beneficial. That kind of stuff. But yeah, so consider this my May 2023 update video, coral update video. It's kind of what it was. Kind of took the brunt of everything. But if you guys have any comments, questions, or anything, let me know. I can answer them. I'm really active on Instagram, so you guys can go follow me there. I don't really have anything else to say other than if you guys want to see anything specific from me, let me know. I'm not going to do like tutorial type stuff anymore. I'm kind of out of that game, but I'll kind of talk about my thoughts about stuff and go from there. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around to the end, go follow me on Instagram and go hang out with me on Mrkleinreef. I have an off-topic lounge thread, and I just rant and talk about nonsense all day. So you guys can go find me there. I'll link them both in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching. Happy reefing, guys.